Welcome to this resource about safe cash handling. We need to recognise that cash handling is a hazard, and like all hazards, there are risks associated with any cash handling activity. This is why we need to risk assess our cash handling activities and use the hierarchy of control to determine appropriate risk management strategies. For your risk assessment, you should use the NC-TAFE template. If you're not familiar with risk assessment, at the end of this video you'll find a link that will take you to a very useful resource to get you started. The most obvious risks associated with handling cash are robbery, assault that may be associated with robbery, and the emotional trauma that may result from experience of robbery. Our Institute's first priority is the safety of all employees, so managing the risks associated with robbery is vital. North Coast TAFE has already done an institute-wide risk assessment of cash handling and put in place some control strategies. These include replacing cash transactions with the use of credit cards and electronic funds transfers, isolating any cash handling points from the general public and designing the workplace to minimise the chance of opportunity theft, and through training, equipping staff with strategies to avoid injury in case of robbery. If you're familiar with the hierarchy of control, you'll recognise that the most effective control measure to reduce the risk of robbery is to eliminate the use of cash. And as far as possible, this has been done across all the campuses. Other strategies being used include workplace design, signage, CCTV surveillance, duress alarms, and staff training. By now you're probably wondering what it is that you need to do. If you're involved in handling cash as part of your work in North Coast TAFE, your next steps are: access more information by going to the Safe Cash Handling information page on OneWeb. Review the risk assessment of your cash handling activities and, if necessary, update it. Make sure that control strategies in your risk assessment are in place and that they're working effectively. And let your supervisor know if you notice any of the warning cues and behaviours described in the Assessing Risks tab of this course. Remember that doing nothing is not an option. When you finish this video, you'll find some links to some resources that you might find useful when developing your cash handling risk management strategy. So let's summarise. Cash handling is a hazard, and the most significant risks associated with cash handling are robbery, physical assault associated with robbery, and emotional trauma that may result from being involved in a robbery. North Coast TAFE has already put some institute-wide controls in place, but you're responsible for reviewing your local cash handling risk assessment and making sure that it's current and it's working effectively. Let your supervisor know if the risk assessment is inadequate in any way, and also let your supervisor know if you become aware of any of the danger signs. Remember, planning ahead is the essential ingredient to safety in our workplace. Safety doesn't happen by accident.